The Talisman of Earth is guarded by a foreign magus sect known as the Hand Brotherhood. They reside in a compound of huge towers where they practice their arts of earth, air, fire, and water. The talisman is likely kept in the Earth Tower, but there's little chance it'll be that simple. No doubt the talisman is heavily guarded and probably protected by magic. But mages love to write everything down. I should stumble on something useful about their precious trinket. I bribed some servants to get me a map of the common grounds, best I could do since only the mages are allowed in the towers. I'll enter the courtyard just outside the central keep entrance. Once inside, I'll need to move quickly to find the talisman. I wouldn't last long in a fight against the mages.
Fun fact. The cutscene you just saw, I had to edit it in post, because the game itself wouldn't play it. Fantastic. So, the Mage Towers. There is something to this level. This level is another one of those levels that were new to the gold version of this game, so I bet it's going to be just as good as the Thieves Guild. Oh yeah, so Mage Towers. So far it sounds straightforward enough. Find the mages of the Hand Brotherhood, have the Earth Talisman, steal the Earth Talisman, yada yada yada. Central Library of the perpetual reading glasses, the masked member of the Order. You need to discover where the mages attack the way and snag it. Sure. Captain has been in Crusade, retrieve the talismans. He's returned with a valuable amulet, steal the medallion of St. Bernton. Mage's wealth is well rumored. Okay, so 1800 loot. Should be proficient to avoid murder, slaughtering, yeah, sure. That's a very fancy way of saying don't kill anyone, and underneath the Mage Towers there is a hidden entrance to the sewers! Oh man! Find it and escape alive. Okay, this is gonna be fun. Water arrows, as I always like to say, you can never have enough of those. So we are going to buy many of them. Many of them. And while we're at it, maybe flash bombs. And while we're at it, maybe healing potions. And while we're at it, maybe rope arrows. I hope one of them is going to be enough. Let's get started. So yeah, Mage Towers. So far it looks interesting enough. There is a door. There is a guard.
Take up arms against me, I warn you.
Oh man, he saw me. He didn't attack me, but you know what? I'm still going to reload. There is another door. Looks like a very sprawling open level, which in this game can be a positive or a negative, depending on how well it's realized. There's a guard.
All is still.
Sure is. I got your key and your consciousness, I guess. Hey, you're going to take a nap here. By which I mean, here. Yes. So yeah, his voice is all echoey. That's kind of weird. There's another one. Good night. I suppose theoretically we could just have left them awake, which would have been more elegant if anything, but you know what? I don't like to leave my enemies awake. Well, if anything is to be said, there are rather generous amounts of... Huh. Where did they come from? Wait. Let me take a look at the objectives. Don't kill anyone. So, knocking them out can't have alerted them, I think. I mean, unless they have some sort of magical tracking device. Good night. But that would just be weird. Yeah. So again, that's the second one of the 3 new levels that are in the gold version of this game. I happen to know that the other one is an opera house, which sounds interesting enough, but on the other hand, you know, maybe it's just the fact that I really didn't like the Thieves Guild. But I'm kind of skeptical towards the gold version levels of this game. There's a guard, I can hear him, and I know that he's pretty close by. But I can't say where exactly, and it irritates me. Well, can't see him. Well, those floats. Professionalism. There he is.
Thought I saw something.
No, you didn't.
Must have been rats.
I am tempted to put out that torch. But I'm more tempted to put out that guard. He's gonna take a nap here. Right here. Knocking guards unconscious left and right. Basically the usual. You know, it's also kind of apparent that this level, like, thematically doesn't fit all that well into the rest of the game. I mean, you might think that these mages that were mentioned in the cutscene would be rather important to the game's plot, but they are really not. Like, not in this game and not in any of the sequels. At least as far as I know. And really, the existence of actual, like, straight-out magic in this game's setting seems kind of... Wait.
To deal with mundane threats. The mages can protect themselves.
But what with all the secrecy? Even the servants ain't allowed there. These wizards trust anyone?
I find it best not to ask questions. The gold they give me answers all the questions I have.
That's the right attitude. So what I was going to say...
Do not flee.
Ah, shit. Well, I didn't really want to go out here anyway. So what I was going to say...
The only ones allowed in.
Yeah, I already heard that.
They allow us into their towers.
We're here to keep a watch on the commons and to deal with mundane threats.
So as I was going to say,
Can protect themselves.
it doesn't really quite fit into this game's setting to have something such as... Well, obviously this game has magic of some sort, but it's less the magic kind of magic and more of a, you know, more subtle kind of magic. We can sneak by here, I think. Yes, we can. Damn well. So what is this all about? Beats the hell out of me, but you can just kind of enter here. And yeah, obviously, I think what they're going for here is that every building is dedicated to a specific circle of elemental magic. This one obviously being fire. I mean, it's obvious, right? No, this one being water. In case you couldn't tell that I was being sarcastic here, which on the internet is actually quite common. I mean, really. And I will admit, this looks interesting. Fairly. What's that? That's an earth key. Okay, now where do I use it? We will see. Doesn't seem to be any other way out of here. So that means we're just going to leave again. And sneak by the guards again. Do we have a map? Yes, we do actually. Do we have a non... Actually, this one is actually more useful than all the other ones. I mean, it sort of shows where you are, like a general area. It sort of shows how the places are connected, so I should probably not complain. But then that map kind of implies that from here on there would be a way to both the air tower and the the Earth Tower. Now, if we take a look at the compass, which would be here. So now we're looking towards north. I see. Well, there should be another exit to the west that would lead us to the Earth Tower. But is there? Well, maybe I missed something. I mean, it would be possible, right? But I don't think there was another exit, was there? Once again, you probably shouldn't trust me to say that I didn't miss anything, because... yeah. Now, if there was a way up there, that might be different. But there isn't. So coming back here is just a waste of my and your time. I'm a fantastic Let's Player. I say with big pride. Yep. So we're gonna go out again. And here I hoped I could avoid sneaking past all these guards, but no. No. Of course not. What did you think? He has his back turned on us.
Is someone there?
No. Didn't see us. Well, at least he didn't get to react to us. I think I've already said that the shadow around here is quite generous, actually. And yeah, the passageway to the other towers seems to be quite a bit higher up than we could reach it. And there's a guy. He's just gonna go past us. Very closely past us, but he's not dangerous. There's this guy. Is there a way to get past him without alerting him? I guess it could theoretically work. Though I know that just rushing him and... maybe actually... well, there doesn't seem to be a way. Good night. He didn't have to stand in our way, you know. I mean, we could have done this non-violently. But now he's going to wake up with a headache later on. Well, thank God unconscious guards don't actually wake up in this game. That would be a hassle. Money! Well, not a lot of it, but like 72 pieces of gold. Even though that money doesn't look like gold at all. But we don't have any other name for the currency in this game. So now we are here. Right. And here would be not shown on the map. Well, as long as we are getting somewhere, I guess. Good thing that guy did had his back turned on us. Now that we are here, is there an entrance to that building? Because that might in fact be the Earth Tower. And I mean, I say might, because I don't know. But it's not entirely unlikely. No, seems more like something else. Earth key? Yes! This is the Earth Tower. It's guarded. Should have thought so. Now this seems to be one of the actual mages.
Is this a vision?
Hey there, Mr. Earth Mage. How are you doing? I'm not going to bother you. Well, I might be going to hit your head with a blackjack, but that's... Oh hey. Cool earth wraps tightly around us, constrictive vines of tower... veins rather. Of tower tunnels caress beating heart of grinding rock. In mastery of my element, I leap from stone to falling stone. Boulders float as feathers. Scribble poetry. Adept Auron's notebook. Well, he seems to be quite a poet. Good for him. You can't see me, I'd wager. No, you can't. Alrighty. So there doesn't seem to be anything else around here, so up we go. You know what, so far I'm surprisingly enjoying this level. It's, you know, interesting, and I'm just kind of waiting. Just, you know, waiting for that one element that is going to totally ruin this level for me. And we all know it's going to come, right? I mean, maybe I'm too pessimistic, okay. But you're going to sleep now. But the bad aftertaste that the Thieves Guild left is not going away, I tell ya. Okay, how do we go about this? Probably by first going up here, and then going up here. And there seem to be more enemies. And first-person platforming. And slightly darker shadows here. Now, if we wait here to ambush that guy, we should be able to get rid of him. Night night. Okay. Now comes the hard part. The first person platforming. I knew something like this would happen. What is the easiest way to go about this? Is there an easy way to go about this? Maybe actually. Maybe. But first, let me try something. Really? Well, that makes that a whole lot easier. But I'm not going to complain. Everything that lets me avoid platforming is something good, I guess. Now here we are. It looks like a cave. A lot of things in this game look like caves. A lot of things in this game are caves. That, however, is just a corridor made to look like a cave. And to be perfectly honest, at least the textures in here are far more interesting than the ones in most caves we've seen so far were. So, you know, not going to complain too loudly. What's that? That's a moss arrow. Maybe we are going to need that one, who knows. Is there also something useful in here? And by useful I mean maybe some sort of passage to a more interesting kind of place. Like, for example, the fire tower.
To hide in the shadows is to reveal your fear, intruder.
Well, first and foremost, it is a way to get around without being seen. Is that
Escape
fear?
while you can.
Oh, I will.
Sweet silence returns.
Good night. Well, is hiding really a sign of fear? Perhaps. But on the other hand, it's a perfectly valid way to reach your objectives without combat. Well, you know, that's kind of the thing about stealth games. Where most games are about empowerment, stealth games are more about disempowerment. Well, I say they are about disempowerment, though that's not necessarily true. Like, if you play Batman Arkham Asylum, which is admittedly only half a stealth game and the other half an action game, It is actually more about empowerment, about eliminating your enemies in its own way, quite satisfying way. Is a guard coming along here or isn't he? Yes, he is. Well, that answers that. You're going to take a nap now. Is that the only one? I don't think so, because I think I've heard footsteps. But they might be my own. Oh man, mysteries over mysteries. I don't think there is anyone else. Also, how does a arrow stick in rock? Well, I mean, it is a rope arrow, but that only raises more questions than it answers. That, however, is a moss arrow. So many ways, so little time. So, you know what? I think that this is actually not such a good part to stop recording for today. I think I want at least to get out of the Earth Mage's place first. And the best way to do so might be by going here. Okay, now we are out of the Earth Mage's place. And in the... still the Earth Tower, really? Oh, but farther up, aren't we? So you know what, I actually do think that that's a pretty good point to stop recording for today. So, as you all know, I'm your German Snob, this is Let's Play Thief Gold, and I'm going to be seeing you again tomorrow. And until then, have a wonderful evening and goodbye.